All out. Thank you, Saul. So that's how much?
0.65.
Okay.
There's a 5 after the so would that be rounded to 0.65? 1 or 0.65?
Depends on whether you're asked for 2 or 3 significant digits. Either's fine in this case. So when you gave me this number, I thought you were just giving me for log 17. And I was confused because if log base 10 of 10 is 1, then log base 10 of 17 should be bigger than 1. So that's why that answer confused me. If you think like that, you'll be confused too. No, that's not what I mean. If you think like that, you'll be more likely to catch a mistake you made with the calculator. All right. May I erase this part? Okay. One more new trick. Again, this isn't really new information. There's no new ideas that we're doing today. One more new trick, and I'll do 2 examples of it. And believe me, I'm making them up from the book because I'm making them up. I'm not making them up. I'm using the book because I don't want these to be any worse than they are. Okay, there's 2 ways to think of this. There's an observation and there's a process. We'll do the process first, okay? Logarithms let you whoosh down exponents, but we did something a little while ago where we said if we had like a log base 3 in an exponent, and the base of the exponent was the same as the base of the logarithm, it would cancel out. That made no sense without a visual. Here's what I'm going to do. I have log base 3 on both sides. I'm going to make each of these into exponents, and I'm going to say 3 is the base of those exponents. Why indeed? Okay, first off, I can do this because if these things are equal, then 3 raised to each of these things will still be equal. Why did I pick 3 to be the base of these exponents? And what happens when you have a logarithm in the exponent and the base of the logarithm is the same as the base of the exponent? They cancel them out, and I am left with 5x minus 1 equals x plus 7. Does that look like anything you've ever seen before? No, never, nothing. Sorry. It's recorded for posterity. We'll get it for you. I'll leave the bottom. What is 5x minus 1 equals x plus 7? What should I do first? Plus 1. Works for me.
X for minus x.
Minus x. Saul gets it right on the second try each time. So this then becomes 4x equals 8. X is 2.
Why did you have to do that? That was easy.
Well, I don't want to leave it sitting here. Algebra 1 review is always useful. Elise, may I erase this now? All right. Okay, I'll go over here for this next one. What made this one relatively easy? Everything. But what in particular made this part? Looking at this very beginning. They crossed each other out. That only worked because these bases were the same. If these bases had been different, I couldn't have raised them to the same. I couldn't have raised them up. You can't. Like if this had been 5 and this had been 4, I can't make this one 5 to the logarithm and this one 4 to the logarithm. I can only do it if it's the same base. It's kind of like, whoa.
Would you make it 20 if it was 5 people?
No, there's nothing this simple you can do. It just gets ugly. Good guess though. That's a clever thought. I'm going to think about that a little more. Okay, so this one, more an example of what happens. Thank you, Saul. When it gets a little bit uglier. Log base 5, 3x plus 1 equals 2. Okay. Can't do it. It's inside the logarithm. Can't distribute inside logarithms. Can't do anything. Until you get rid of exponents in the logarithms, just sort of pretend all this, the distributive property doesn't exist. Until you get rid of the logarithm. But what can I, using this trick over here, I can raise that up to an exponent. What is going to be the base of my exponent?
5.
5 is going to be the base of my exponent. so that this log base 5 will cancel with it, but then I've got to make this 5 squared. Okay? These essentially cancel. 3x plus 1 now equals 5 squared. Anyone know what 5 squared is?
25.
Thank you, Lord. All right, 25. Subtract 1 from both sides, and I will get 3x equals 24, or x equals 8. Last thing I'll say before I turn you loose to some practice on this is I said I could do a process or an observation here. Process was making each of these exponents with 3 of the base. What do you think the observation I could have done was?
Same with those two. Or the same thing you did with the 2s over there.
Same thing with the 2's over there. I just noticed that if the log base 3 of one thing equals the log base 3 of some other thing,
They have to be the same.
those two things have to be the same. So that is that. Questions, comments, concerns, compliments? What's the homework? The homework is.
Nothing.
Study for the
It's
test.
good to dream.
I have a dream that one day there will be a world without homework.
Oh, you dream that dream.
I will.
All right.
I do.
Okay, I want to pick these a little bit carefully here. So I'm going to say,
Why don't you be a nice person for once and not give us homework?
I do want you to learn it. Okay, I'm going to say 26. Give me a minute to think out which ones are best. 26,